Hello everyone, welcome to the course on genetics. In this video we will learn about the example of quantitative inheritance, and that example is cob length in maize. In previous video we already discussed about the concept of quantitative inheritance and the difference between quantitative and qualitative inheritance. So let us understand this concept of quantitative inheritance with an example, that is cob length in maize. So see, quantitative characters which are involved in the cob year length in maize. This is example we have selected for understanding of this concept. So suppose two true breeding parents we are having selected, two true breeding parents plants, one possessing long ears. So one parent we have selected which is having long ears, and the genotype of that parent, it is capital A slash capital B and capital C. Other parent we have selected which is with relatively short ears, means as compared to these long ears it is having short ear length. So such type of parent, it has the genotype small a, small b and small c. So initially, and for the better understanding of this concept, we have selected these two parents, one with long ears having such type of genotype and another with the short ears which is having this type of genotype. So these two parents we have selected. We know very well that environment conditions or environmental changes will affect on the quantitative inheritance or quantitative characters. So that for this experiment we kept our environment uniform. This is for to prove that not environment but the genotype or genes which are present in that particular offspring will change the ear length. So this is for that purpose we have kept, or we try to keep environment uniform and will not allow it to change. So alleles represented by small letters are inert in regard to ear length. So alleles which are represented by small letter means these alleles, that is small a, small b and small c. We may call alleles or genes which are represented by small letters. They are having no role in the ear length, means if they are present or absent they will not affect on the ear length. It is expressed by tens. Each of the parent possesses the same genotype for ear length, means this parent or this parent, both of these parents they will have the same genotype for ear length. It is expressed by 10 cm in growth beside gene represented by A, B and C. So basically this parent, it has no any capital gene allele present, so it has the ear length 10 cm only, and basic ear length of this parent is also 10 cm. So both the parents they are having the basic ear length, it is 10 cm, here also 10 cm. It will only change when these alleles or these genes are present. So purely short ear parent, that is small a, small b and small c will with ear length 10 cm, and purely long ear parent which is having the genotype all capital letters have the ear length 16 cm. So we understand this concept how it happens. This is because each gene represented by capital letter, it contribute an increase in 1 cm, that is capital A present, they will contribute 2 cm increase in ear length. Capital B they will contribute 2 cm increase in ear length. Capital C 2 cm, means total 6 cm increase in the ear length, so that this our parent, that is capital A, capital B, capital B, capital B, and capital C have the ear length 16. How? Because basic ear length we know very well, it is 10 centimeter, and due to presence of all these capital L, 6 centimeter is increased and it becomes 16 centimeter. But due to lack of any parent which is having or any gene which is having capital letters, it remains 10 centimeter only in this parent. So parents we have selected, this is first parent, this is the second parent. They will give rise to gametes capital ABC, small abc. F1 will be this, that is hybrid or heterozygous F1, which is having the characteristics of or genes of both, that is capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C and small c. So this parent you can see by genotype also it is totally intermediate to both the parents, and also if we see phenotype of this parent, it is also intermediate, means it will produce the ear with the 13 centimeter length, which is intermediate to both, because it has 16 centimeter and it has 10 centimeter ear length. So intermediate offspring will be formed in this F1 generation. Now we will proceed to next step. We are going to form or self cross these F1 offsprings by their self pollination, or selfing of these is allowed to do. Now this F1 will give rise to 8 different types of gametes by their internal crossing. So first pair with this pair and this pair, it will give different types of 8 offspring, capital ABC, capital A small bc, capital A small b, capital C, capital A small b small c, small a capital B capital C, small a capital B small c, small a small b capital C, and lastly small abc. So here, but if F1 offsprings are self pollinated, the F2 offspring will show considerable variation in ear length. Because of segregation, F2 will be as follows. So how we are going to self fertilize or self crossing these F1 gametes? They have produced these genotypes or gametes. Now see what happens. Here you can see these are suppose male parents, these are female parents. So we are going to cross them. If we cross them, ABC, ABC, that is capital ABC, capital ABC, they will form capital A, capital A, capital B, and capital C, small c. Capital C. So in this way, all these 64 different types of offspring have been formed. So see here, these are like parents we initially selected for the cross. These which are shown in blue color, so all these offsprings, they are totally similar to the F1 offsprings. Means what we have said, the F2 will be similar to F1, but there will be some variation. So see here, capital A, capital B, capital A, capital A, capital B, and capital C, these are the parents. This is one parent and another is small a, small b, and small c. So their number is only 1 each, and such type of 8 offspring have been formed which are similar to the F1 offsprings. Rest of all these, so rest of 54 are the other variations, and they show different type of ear length. So ear length, it is decided by the presence of number of capital letter genes. So see here, we will summarize the table. See here, genotypes, year length in centimeter, again genotype, year length in centimeters. So all we in this table, these all types of genotypes have been formed. So this is first genotype, which is having only one number. This is last genotype, which is having only one number. All others are having different numbers of offspring. See here, this is another where only one small c is present and 5 capital C are present. So 10 plus 5, it will become 15 centimeter. Here 5 present, so it also become 15. Here also 15. Here only 4 capital letter alleles are present, so 14. So in this way, these are genotypes, and these are number of such genotypes present in the table, or we have obtained in our cross. So these are genotype, these are number of such genotypes we obtain, and this is the phenotype we get. So from this table, it is very clear that the phenotype or year length, it is depend upon the number of capital letter genes present in that genotype. It is not depend on the type of capital letters present in the genotype. So if one capital letter will be present in any genotype, then it will produce 11 centimeter year length. If 2 capital letters present, it will produce 12 centimeter, because 10 plus 2, 12. 10 is basic year length of any type of year or maize year. But if capital letter 1 or 2 present, if 2 are present, it will add 2 centimeter, means 10 plus 2, 12 centimeter. If 3 capital letter genes are present, see here 1, 2 and 3, then it will produce 13 centimeter length. Here you can see capital B, capital B, capital C. So 3 types. So 10 plus 3, 3. So here you can see difference. Here 2 capital B and 1 capital C present. Here 2 capital C and 1 capital B is present. Still the phenotype will be 13 centimeter, because the year length, it is not depend on the type of capital letter gene present. It is depend upon the number of capital letters genes present in that particular genotype. So in this way, if 4 capital letter genes are present, it will form 14. If 5 are present, it will form 15. And if all 6 capital letters are present, it will have 16 centimeter year length. But if there is no any capital letter gene present, it will produce only 10 centimeter year length in the maize plants. So this is the summarization of the table we have seen. Now from the above example, it is clear that year length of F2 is approximately same as that of F1, but the F2 showed greater variability. F1 and F2, if we compare them, the year length is totally similar, F1 and F2, that is 13 centimeter, or it is more than 6, it is not more than 16 and not less than 10 centimeters. So it is similar in F1 and F2, but as compared to F1, F2 will show greater variability. As we have seen, 64 types of offspring have been formed, and they are of different types. So the variability in the offspring, see here how many variations are there: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and this 27 type of variations you can get in the F2 generation. So different types of 27 types of offspring have been formed, which are having different types of ear length. So the variability in the offspring lies in the genetic combination, and their phenotype is depend upon the number of capital letter genes present. So as we have discussed already, the phenotype or the ear length, it is totally depend upon the number of capital letter genes present in their genotype and not on the type of capital letter genes present. So if any type of capital letter gene present, it will give a similar result. So the offspring with similar phenotype may contain different types of genotypes. So we can say that the offsprings with similar type of phenotype may contain different types of genotypes. So any offspring, that is, if any offspring contain 13 centimeter ear length, it may have different types of genotypes, means different types of genes have been, different types of 3 genes may have been involved there for the phenotype. So this is the classical example of the quantitative inheritance. So here you can you can conclude that in quantitative inheritance, different genes may play a role for the expression of phenotype. These are some references used. Thank you for your attention.